Hello dear students. Today we will be talking about the downstream processing for ethanol recovery by using distillation. In the last practical we have seen the fermentation of the sucrose solution or sugarcane molasses solution. Now before proceeding for this practical, let me introduce you to our goals. So our first and the foremost goal is separation of ethanol or ethyl alcohol from the fermented sugarcane molasses solution. How we are going to achieve this? We are going to use fractional distillation, which is nothing but the separation of a mixture into its component parts or fractions. Generally, fractional distillation is employed to the components having a boiling point difference less than 25 degrees centigrade under 1 atmospheric pressure. Now, ethanol is a very important industrial chemical which is widely used in industry as it is highly soluble in water and it is used as a lacquer or in different applications such as a potent solvent for making personal care products as well. Ethanol blended as a renewable fuel is of great importance as it is a renewable energy source which can be produced from agricultural feedstocks. Ethanol blended fuels have been widely been used in countries like Brazil, USA, and Europe. So ethanol promises us a green future as many efforts are going on for the production of ethanol from cellulosic material or from the waste material which are going to play a bigger role in the future. Now let's see what are our requirements to carry out this distillation practical. So we need a round bottom flask which is having a side arm which is connected to a condenser which is jacketed one. A small tube, as you can see here, is inserted into this jacketed condenser. The jacketed condenser will receive water from one end and the water will come from the other end. As the vapors gets cooled in the condenser, it will be received in a receiving flask as a distillate, and this is a Bunsen burner which is required for our boiling of our solution. This round bottom flask is equipped with a thermometer for measurement of the temperature. Now let's see how we are going to do our practical. This is a sugarcane molasses solution I have taken in a round bottom flask which is a fermented one. Now I'm going to add some ceramic beads or anti-bumping beads in order to avoid any bumping of the liquid during boiling of this solution. Now this round bottom flask is connected to a condenser. As you can see here from the side arm, we have started boiling our solution with the help of the Bunsen burner. Now, as the solution starts boiling, the vapors will come in this tube and the water is going in this jacketed condenser from one end and it is coming out from the other end, and the tap of the water is continuously running. We have to keep it running continuously. This is our receiving beaker where we will receive our distillate. So once it starts, we will see how the vapors comes out into the condenser. Now, as you can see here, our boiling of this solution started. We have already measured the temperature. So our boiling temperature of our ethanol is 78.4 degrees centigrade. Here you can see the droplets of the vapors are getting condensed into the condenser and they will slowly comes out in the form of a distillate and will be received in the receiving beaker. Here, as you can see, our distillate is going to come out. Now here our distillation has already started and we are receiving our distillate in the beaker. Now alcohol or ethyl alcohol and water are highly soluble in water. So we get the mixture of this ethyl alcohol and ethanol in the form of the distillate, and here we have collected almost around 180 ml of ethanol. Now from our last practical, we came to know about the reducing sugar which we have got. We have started with 67% of the initial sugar, and as after 24 hours by using Fehling test, we got 55%. And at the end of 96 hours, the reducing sugar by using Felling's test, we got 0% sugar. That means our fermentation procedure is over. Now let's move ahead with the calculation part. Here we are going to calculate the ethanol in the form of theoretical yield of ethanol and actual yield of ethanol. In this practical, we are going to see how we are going to calculate the theoretical yield of ethanol. From the stoichiometry, it is evident that 180 gram per mole of glucose produces 92 gram per mole of ethanol and 88 grams per mole of CO2. Now, here you have to notice that there is a 1:2 ratio between glucose and ethanol. So first we need to convert the mass of glucose to moles using the compound's molar mass. Here I am considering that 100 gram of glucose is being utilized for the production of ethanol. So 100 grams of glucose means we got 0.56 moles of glucose. So considering 1:2 ratio, we got 1.12 moles of ethanol. To convert these moles of ethanol into the grams, what we need to do is we have to simply multiply it with the molecular weight of ethanol, that is 46.01, and we get 51.6 gram of ethanol. So 100 grams of glucose produces 51.6 gram of ethanol, and if you want to convert this into ml to express it in terms of volume, we have to simply multiply it with its density, which is 0.79 grams per liter, and we get 65.31 ml of ethanol. So pure 100% ethanol is 65.31 ml. So here our theoretical yield of ethanol comes out as 51.6 grams. I hope all of you have understand that how we carried out this practical of distillation of ethanol and how we did the calculations for the same. Now, here comes one question for all of you. What is the theoretical yield of ethanol if 200 gram of sugar is completely converted into ethanol? Calculate the yield of ethanol in grams and ml. If this 200 gram of sugar was used to make 1 liter of beer, what is the final percentage volume by volume of ethanol? Assume no volume is changed during fermentation. Here we are just calculating the theoretical yield. For actual yield of ethanol, in the next upcoming practical, we will do the gas chromatography to know what is the actual yield of ethanol. And from theoretical and actual yield of ethanol, we will come to know the percentage yield of ethanol. In order to clear your doubts, I'm giving some reference books over here so that you can clear your doubts by reading these books. Thanks for watching.